Hello, guys. Welcome to this podcast, and I'm your host, Arjun P. Sriraj. The first things in life are always special, right? So, for me, this episode is really special because I randomly happened to record this conversation that I'm about to share. And this is actually what gave me the idea to start a podcast. So, I decided to edit out the conversation and publish it. This episode is a conversation that I had with a close friend of mine in college, Rudrakshi, with whom I've been friends for the past 2 years. We talked about friendships, the dynamics of friendships, friends before college and in college. And the reason why I chose to record this was because we both have different dynamics and perspectives when it comes to friends. And so this conversation was really interesting and it is close to my heart also. So, I welcome you guys once again to this episode. So, hello guys. Joined with us for the first episode is Rudrakshi Upadhyay, a resident from Meerut,
Not
who is sadly my friend. No,
Excuse
happily my friend from Christ University. She's a third year student studying BCom honors. I don't know why this is relevant, but yes. So today we'll be talking about
friendships and
friendship.
friendships.
Before you came into college, what was your idea about friendships?
Okay.
How was your experience with friendships in school? And what all were you thinking or expecting about friendships?
From college.
Yeah.
Okay. So basically, I move a lot.
Mm.
I've moved a lot. My father had a job which made him transfer from places to places, and उसकी वजह से I kept changing schools, and I didn't have proper friendships because they wouldn't last long. And उस time पे like I didn't have a phone. Social media was not as मतलब present उस time पे, so I couldn't keep up and like I couldn't stay in touch with my friends from school. So I didn't have I don't have childhood friends because of moving a lot. And I think the ones I consider my childhood friends are the ones I made in 7th grade and 8th grade. So because उस time पे फिर social media was there, I had a phone, so I could stay in touch with them, I could talk to them all the time, and that was also a school where I stayed the longest. And then I moved again. So like Arjun mentioned, I'm not from Meerut. I live in Meerut. So I moved to Meerut last May ekdam for 12th grade, just for 1 year. So I was like, I am going to leave this place. I don't like the place. I'll go somewhere for college. So I didn't put in efforts to make friends in Meerut. So I still don't have any friends in Meerut. And to college say I was sort of hoping that I will get more friends, because जो मेरे friends थे school वाले, they were away. They live in Agra and I don't get to meet them. So I was hoping that I'll make good friends जिनके साथ I'll get to hang out and stay in touch all the time. So yes, that is what I was hoping from college.
Nice. For me, though, the thing is, I've sort of had bad experiences with friends in 11th and 12th.
Okay. Yeah.
So, friendships wise, I was very, very skeptical. And I was also scared because I was an elite aspirant, yes, thankfully.
Okay.
So, yeah, and so I took 2 years of drop. So, among all of you and me, I have a 2 years age gap. So yes, I've always seen these movies where people are in the same college, they're in their hometown, and it's those friendships that last for a longer time. But when you are studying in a college far away from your home, you ideally get a group of or make friends from diverse places.
Yeah.
So I can fairly say that I have friends from all over India right now, which is a good thing.
Yeah.
But initially I was very scared of that. I was like, what if I don't get friends? What if I become the socially excluded person that I was during the lockdown and, while I was taking a drop. So when I took the drop, I just kept contact with maximum 2 or 3 friends. So yeah, so I was very skeptical of that. I've been a very overachiever throughout my life. So I wanted to be the guy with a lot of friends and
Main character moment.
yeah. Sort of that. So it started from that, and then once I came into college, I was very excited to meet people. So what I did was I formed a template to ask people. So I was like, "Hi, what's your name? Where are you from? Which course? And where do you live?"
Wow.
So I had this template. So I used these 4 to 5 questions every time, and I used it so much. I used it so much in the first week of college that I ended up making a lot of acquaintances, but like burnt out. And then I was like, "Chalo yaar, ab to I don't want any more friends." So
Too many friends.
yes, too many acquaintances, not
Yeah.
friends. Us time pe. So yes, that was my starting phase in college and my expectations. So friendships is done. Now you've lived through 2 years of college and now you're in the third year, final year, hopefully. So how has your equation with friends changed? What all are the key takeaways?
It took me some time to get to know my class K people, and I think I met Ashwin on like the second day of college. We did not become friends immediately. It took a while, and we used to sit aage piche, but like we didn't talk a lot, very little. I can't start conversations with people. I wait, and then I'm like, okay, they're not talking to me. I'll try. So that is what I did, and I met one of my other friends also, Manya, through me talking first. I just saw her and I was like, oh, like you said, first questions were why, ki, what is your name? Where do you live? Like people, there is like a big saying ki first year ke friends don't stay till third year, but it's not the case for me. I still have the same friends, except maybe a few. Yeah, but I still don't have a group of friends, but I believe like key takeaways, you need to be careful when you're making friends. I mean, it's very new, you're new to college, new place away from home, and so it's easy to, talk to people or like get involved with people who may not be what they seem. But you need to like trust your gut and realize ki if these friendships are good for you or not, because it should also not be a bad influence in like a major way. So just like be careful when you're making friends. Trust your personality. Do you think your current personality is comfortable with them? Don't try to change for people.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
That is very easy. Like for me, I am an introvert, so if I need to make friends, I can very easily talk to people that are, I might sort of change my personality to become more, what do you say? Wait, what do you call it? To become more likable. Yeah, that is very easy to do, but you need to be just very like careful and true to yourself when you're making friends.
Very, very deep.
Yeah, this got too deep.
So, ठीक है. I'll start. So now that I'm in my third year of college, my equation with friends have changed like a lot. A lot.
Yeah.
So first year I used to live in the hostel with a senior and a guy of myself. Like he's in BB, but my same batch. So I've sort of observed him a lot. I noticed that he does not hang out with much friends, but he has like a billion people that he knows.
Oh. Like he's popular, but
Yeah.
doesn't have.
He was a hospitality leader also उस time.
Oh.
So he always told me that first year के दोस्त कभी रहते नहीं हैं. They keep changing, and I did not believe it, to be honest. I was not ready to accept that, because what happened with me was I came into class and within the first week of college itself, we formed a gang of
Gang.
I'll literally say it's a
Yeah.
gang because there were like around 16 to 18 people.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Wow.
And everything was fine. Like we could not sit around the cafeteria table ek saath.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
some people had to sit
two tables.
Yeah. And the guy, like the people who used to come late to sit, they used to end up in the other
no.
bench and they used to
So
feel bad.
sad.
Sometimes I also used to be there, but like
No.
yes. So everything was fine and good until it stopped being fine. So I sort of want to term the gang as a very cringe and toxic positive group. They were like, it's okay.
It's a phase.
Go girl, slave. I was there. And I am a very, very fluid person. I get very influenced by people. So if someone laughs a certain way and I hear that laugh for a long time, I sort of copy the laugh
Oh damn.
unconsciously.
Yeah.
If someone says something a lot and I get influenced by it, I try to sort of
Yeah, that
tell
happens a lot.
Yeah.
In general.
And
also.
especially with my current roommate Ashwin, I get very influenced by him. So there was a phase when Ashwin was the good guy, the cute guy. He's still the good guy, but he was the good guy. So where he was like, hello, how are you?
Oh yeah, the sweet
Yeah,
face.
yeah, the sweet
I
face.
remember.
So I also became sort of sweet. I was like, hello, kaise ho? I'm grateful that I came out of it. But then yeah, so like things sort of shifted from there. I kind of had altercations with some of the people in the group. So eventually, with a lot of contemplation and deliberation and thinking and overthinking and everything, I sort of stepped out of that team. Not team, gang.
Yeah.
And you know the story. And apart from the gang itself, I met this dumbhead around November, I guess. October, November.
No, October.
It's been
Yeah.
2 years. Oh, damn, 2 years.
Oh, yeah.
Man. Let's
Wow,
go.
nice.
So I don't know how we met.
Yeah, same.
I think
don't
Ashwin
know.
only made us meet.
Ashwin only.
Ah.
Yeah, I knew him.
Ah.
He was with Ashwin a lot, and I was also with Ashwin because, like I said, I don't have a group. So Ashwin was my main friend, and so I met Arjun through him only. But we didn't talk. We just saw that we would wave at each other, like hi, hello, kaise ho. But we didn't talk. I don't know how we started talking.
Yeah, so she's my core dinner gang. Yeah, it's just
we
the two of
became
us.
the dinner people.
Yeah, and then we used to go for dinner in first year also. And after dinner, we used to take a walk. So we've had like fun times like that. We used to just talk around, say we used to walk a lot.
Make jokes.
Yes. Oh yeah, lot of jokes. Yeah, so we used to walk around in campus. We used to be like things you can say in the bedroom and the principal's office. I saw that in a stand-up comedy somewhere, and we started out like that. And yeah, good times.
Good time. He would make notes of the ones he liked the most. He was like, oh, ये मैं लिख लेता हूँ.
Yeah. So yeah, I started out great with this Chotu. And the reason why I call her Chotu is because she's very, very small. She did not drink her Complan. Yes.
I did. It did not work.
So yeah. So coming back. So after I left the first friend group, I was sort of very insecure and vulnerable and all of that shit. And I was like, अब क्या करना है? When I was friends with this gang, there was one more gang. ठीक है. So they were basically psychology kids, but then I knew them through music. So this was the music gang sort of.
Yeah.
And they became very close and constant friends sort of they were. So I was also acquainted with them through music and events and stuff. So I sort of used to, go and sit with them also for 5-10 minutes for lunch and everything.
Yeah.
Randomly I used to go sit. So I sort of had a very good rapport with them as well. And so I sort of left the first group. So उस time पे she was a very, very good friend of mine. So Sudeshna. Yeah, she still is my closest friend here. So I used to talk to Sudeshna about all of this because we had that sort of, camaraderie. Yeah. So I used to tell her ki, yaar, I feel very ajeeb in this group. I want to come out of it and all of that. And through discussion and everything, one day I finally left the group. I felt very relieved and like, yeah. So after that set of failed friendships and all of that, I was really, really unsure ki, should I join a group again or should I just be the solitude, lone wolf? So, through discussion with Sudeshna and all of that, she was like, "Hey, come and sit with us. Let's see what happens and all of that." So she is someone that brought me out of that phase, and yeah. So sort of in the end of first sem या फिर second sem, I don't remember exactly. We sort of discussed and I joined this group, and since then things were going great and all of that. And again, things started, like problems started in the group also. There were some complex relationships among the group members. So sort of things started to fall down and up, fall down and up. And like sort of 3 or 4 people sort of just left the group. Like right now, like there is no gang as such. There are like 4 or 5 of us who sit together once in a while. We hang out once in a while. We talk a lot. We have food and all of that. But all of us have a very individual friendship with them.
Yeah.
Friendship, yeah, for a good
bonding.
Yeah, acquaintance with them. But as a gang, we do not sit together anymore. Yeah, literally sit together.
Yeah.
वो नहीं हो पाता. And then now in third year, I have some very constant friends, like this dumbhead right here, and Ashwin was in my hostel in first year, but then we spent a lot of time together.
So they became bros.
Yeah, we became bros. Bromance shuru, yeah. And we sort of decided to take up the PG together in second year. Since then we've been in the same PG, same 4 walls, and yeah, we've been good friends. Although that has been like, there have been ups and downs, just like with any other roommate.
True.
Yeah. So wait.
I think groups may, the thing is, if it's a group and there are complications, then it sort of brings the whole group down.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, which is not the case with like one-on-one friendships. But then one-on-one friendships may, it's like, if that person is not there, then you have no one. You're just like alone by yourself. And if you have like issue with that person, then again you don't have anyone else to go to or talk about.
And even if you are technically in that group or whatever, there are phases where you feel lonely.
Yeah. You can
there
be
are
left
some
out.
places, there are some phases where you want to be alone also. Alone and lonely are different.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, alone is when you want to stay away consciously.
Yeah, lonely is not
lonely is
not a choice.
Not exactly a choice. It's like, you crave for social interaction, you crave for friendships, good friendships,
but you don't get it.
Yeah. So that brings me to the next question. Ki, how has your relationship been with vulnerability, feeling lonely, feeling alone, and has it changed or how has it become?
I think when you're in school, it's different because मतलब उधर you don't get उतना exposure. So you're like, these are my friends, they'll stay my friends. They won't go anywhere else. I mean, I have had issues with friends leaving too when I used to move schools. Matlab, I had to deal with other things also. I have a younger sister, so I had to take care of her also in school. But then not a lot of people understand that. They're like, if it's lunch break, we want to eat lunch ASAP and go play. And I am like, I have to first go check on my sister and then I'll have lunch, and utne mein my lunch break would get over. So I don't get to play, and if those friends will stay with me, they won't get to play. So they did not want SE friendships, so they would leave. But once you find the right friends, they'll understand your priorities and all, But college में आके it's a little more complex. Even if you have one-on-one friendships, there are always chances that the other person will have another group, which has happened with me. It is
Tell
still
me
my
about it.
case. Yeah, it's still my case. I think all my friends, I don't have a group because I have alag friends, so I can't make one group with all of my friends. They're very different. But those individual friends also, they have their own groups. So Arjun and Ashwin, they're both in music society, so they have their own music society ka group. My roommate from first year, who is my roommate now also, she has a group of her classmates. And yeah, so I don't have like one single group, so sometimes I feel left out and all because you guys will be busy and I won't have anywhere else to go. So I think that is like thoda sa problem with me, because then I'm like, what do I do now? Like when you have like some get-togethers or like parties, I can't go there because I don't know everybody there, and then I will end up being uncomfortable. So I feel thoda like lonely there also. So that is an issue with me. And I think all my friends I've made very carefully. Like I said, I still have the same friends as my first years, so I can be very open with all of them. Like Arjun and Ashwin, I think I can talk to them about anything, so I'm the most vulnerable with you guys only. So yes, I don't mind being vulnerable, but like it depends on the equation also.
Yeah, exactly.
If I'm not getting the same thing back, I'll feel maybe they're not as comfortable with me as I am with them.
And then you
So
sort
I'll
of draw back.
I'll sort of shut down.
Yeah. I get that. And yeah, that's like one of the reasons why I brought her for the first episode also. Because we have like, different dynamics with friendships. We've had a lot of experiences. 3 years of experience in college is a lot.
It is.
Yes. And both of us have different dynamics. And I wanted to ask you, do you still feel left out, or has it improved? And do you feel like the people here that you're closest to, do they still make you feel left out? Yeah, do you feel somewhere that they're taking you for granted, or they might be having more important friends or anything like that?
They don't make me like, they don't do it consciously. It happens unconsciously only, because for them they're to like hanging out with their friends, which is normal. They will come and spend time with me when they get their time, and that is fine by me. But then I genuinely don't have anywhere else to go. So I am actually like, oh, ab main kya karu? What do I do? Because I don't have, my friends are busy, and now I can't go anywhere else and talk to people. So none of my friends do it consciously.
Whenever I'm with you, I sort of turn my attention like 75% to you.
Yeah.
I keep asking.
Yeah, I know.
Kya hai, chotu, I irritate her. And it's fun because I kind of know, and I've come from that place ki it feels awkward to be around a group of people that you're not close with, but you're close to one friend also. I also know like how it feels when you're not
that, like you're not part of that group.
You're not part of that group. You don't have that much friends, or you feel left out basically. So I've been there, so I take conscious efforts to sort of
I know.
Even if it's not this idiot, even if it's with anyone else, I sort of make sure ki they are included, and they find their place within the group also, or at least with me.
I mean, what happens when you're like, you have a group, like I said. So when I am there, it's not like I don't talk to any of them. I do talk to them. They're all nice and sweet and cute. But again, I don't have that bond with them to sit alone and have a full conversation with them.
Yeah.
And I also am an introvert, so I don't talk a lot to new people. So that also becomes a problem. So I'll sit there, I'll talk to them thoda bahut, but then I'll wait for the friends I know to come back. I'm like, come back. Safe space.
And now that we've done like 3 years of college, we are in the final leg. Which brings me to the next question: ki how has your relationship with yourself changed? You know, sometimes you can't expect your friends to be there. You can't expect your loved ones to be there.
Yeah.
Be it your close friends, be it a partner if you have. So, in those cases, how do you spend time with yourself? Are you comfortable in sitting with yourself, and how do you spend your time that way?
Oh, okay. I think, yeah, I don't mind being alone. I am very comfortable in sitting alone and like having dinner or lunch. I don't mind my own company because, like he said, you can't always expect people to be free for you. So you need to sort of be okay with spending time with yourself because again, it's you. You know yourself, and you should sort of be comfortable with being alone. I mean, I think it's sort of like a part of introspection or something. Like you sit with yourself, you think about what you did the whole day, what you have to do, what your plans are. So that is pretty helpful when you sit alone and just sort of like disconnect from the world. And it can be therapeutic. I mean, if you are comfortable, then you would even sometimes you would even want to, like, you'll wait for that time. I'll go alone and I'll go back and I'll stay with myself, think about stuff, do things, could like read a book or watch a show, and yeah. So you also asked about my like growth. You meant.
Yeah, sort of. I kind of meant like, are you okay with spending time with yourself, and how do you spend time, and what are the
things
creative outlets that you use?
So the things that I do when I'm alone, I like to watch shows. Like I'll search things up, ki kaun sa show hai, kaun si movie hai, I'll watch it. And so I watch that, and sometimes I almost like all the movies that I watch. Almost.
There's something wrong with you.
Why? I do research. Yes. So then I'll watch a certain movie, and if I'm watching a show, I'll try to finish it jaldi because I don't have patience in that sense. So I like doing those things. I like reading books also, although I'm on a reading block for a long while now. But I like reading books by myself, and I like annotating books also. I've recently started doing that. It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
But like I kind of want to do it, so I try to do it. And I also like to have jamming sessions with myself. Like I'll play songs and then sometimes I dance also. I like dancing, so I'll dance also when I'm alone. I like dancing too, so I do that when I'm alone. Yeah, I don't mind being alone, basically. Yes.
Yeah, that's actually really inspiring. So for me, I am comfortable being alone. I've sort of evolved into that.
Yeah.
Initially,
it's
I was
not easy.
Yeah. It was a long journey. So I've sort of become comfortable around myself. I've sort of evolved into that. Sometimes I do feel like, when I'm in that phase of saturated by friendships and all of that, it happens sometimes with CIAs and Christ and hectic classes and extracurricular activities also. For me too, I do a lot of work.
True.
So at the end of the day, you want that time without anyone else. And it's either you yourself you want to be with, or you are okay to sit with people with whom you don't have to spend much energy. With Rudrakshi, it's a very, very effortless friendship, and it's really fun. We just come, we talk about stuff, we watch some shows while having dinner. So it's really fun.
Yeah, I like
But there are days where due to doing a lot of music, I just want like myself. I want to shut down.
Me time.
So in those circumstances, I'm like, I'm going back. I tell her, and then I sort of order food, and then I have a time for myself. I like to spend time with myself, watch movies. I like write reviews on it. And I also am a very creative person. I am very fortunate for that. And I sort of, have made a website for myself,
Yeah.
which is public also, which I'll, share eventually. But like, I write reviews, I write my thoughts, just like that. So it is fun. And even if it's not there, I have like certain YouTube channels that I have been
What?
following for like
Yeah,
more
same,
than 4
same,
years.
same.
So I watch those videos. I sort of write also, although it's less. I prefer typing in Word document, and yeah, so it's a very fun thing to do, and yeah, so I am much more comfortable with myself than I have been in the past, and yeah, there are phases where I sort of have an overthinking phase or a weird phase to be exact, but then it's fun. It's fun to be there also. Yeah, once in a while, when you retrospect, you laugh about it. It's fun. So yeah, so both of us are comfortable being alone,
Yes.
and we find joy in it. And yeah, it's a very individual thing. It depends on everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
And it's okay if it takes time
yeah.
to be okay with being alone.
Yes, we are heading towards the end of this podcast.
Yeah, I have one last
Yeah.
question.
हाँ बोलो.
Okay, so like we are in Christ and
हाँ.
it's very hectic. Being in Christ is a lot of work and we have a lot of things to do, like extracurricular. I don't have that, but extracurriculars, CIAs, exams, a lot of stuff to do. So since you have extracurricular also and CIAs are also hectic, how do you reach out to your friends for help if you need it? Because it can be very overwhelming कि CIA की deadline भी अभी है, but I have to practice also because there's a music event coming, and sometimes you get to a point where you just can't do it alone. So how do you reach out to your friends?
So it's a couple of things. So the easiest route that I choose is to overeat, stress eat basically, and I sort of stay with myself. I sort of cut down from friendships. या फिर I withdraw back थोड़ा सा, and like you need that also because the entire college is all about academics, music. Like it's just full noise. So at the end of the day, you don't even feel like sharing those stuff.
Yeah.
I used to be someone who used to, be like, ki, yaar suno. And I used to, share a lot. And eventually I realized or sort of became comfortable with not sharing much. It's been a lot of trial and error. But like, I have phases where either with Ashwin, ya fir Sudeshna, ya fir Rudrakshi, where I share a lot and we sort of have breakdowns together. Yeah. So we have those mental health breakdowns where we talk a lot, but then mostly it's just staying with myself. I listen to music, I watch shows, so it's a lot of suppression. And even though it's not healthy, it's fun. Yeah, so I choose to do that.
Okay.
And how do I reach out? Sometimes I do share, like whatever emotion I am going through, it is very clear on my face for some reason. I am not very good
at hiding your emotions.
Yeah, I'm not very good at that. So it's sort of दिखता है चेहरे पे. So still working on that. But then yeah, I sometimes there are phases where I talk to people. I talk a lot, and sometimes it's just watching movies, relaxing myself basically. Taking myself out of that stress or sort of relaxing myself so that I can handle that stress. So yeah.
Okay.
And with this, we come to the conclusion of our podcast. Yes, there are lots to talk about friendships and all of that, and we'll sort of try to tackle those and get good questions in the upcoming episodes. Rudrakshi, we had a great time chatting with you, and you can find our handles below. And yeah, hope to see you all listeners very soon.
I'm looking forward to you making this bigger.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
And I really had a good time talking with you.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's just very formal. Like,
Yeah.
we
We'll laugh about this later.
yeah. And we'll listen to this and we'll be like, really critical of ourselves.
Why did we do that?
Yeah. And yeah, so there might have been cringe moments and everything, but
it's okay. It's our first
part
time.
of the process.
Yeah.
It's our first
We're
time.
growing.
Yes. So
Don't judge.
yeah. So with that, we come to the conclusion of this podcast. You can check out this podcast on all your leading audio platforms, and all the handles will be given below. So thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for more. Bye bye.
Sayonara.